Hey, how are you doing? So you play League of Legends, the game that everyone hates and loves at the same time. You might feel frustrated about your teams, or maybe it's your gameplay. Maybe you feel a little bit stuck, or you simply can't carry hard enough. Which is absolutely okay, because I am a League of Legends coach with more than 3,254 people coached. Players that improved really hard from bronze to diamond, platinum to master tier, or they simply got out of low elo, or some of them even got to grandmaster plus. Here is someone that got from gold to master tier with the help of my premium personalized coaching. If you're looking to get a free OPGG review, an analysis of your stats that will help you understand what are your biggest mistakes and problems, and more importantly how to fix them, I'll tell you if the champions that you play are good for climbing or not. All what you have to do is go on my stream, twitch.tv/izazlol, follow it, and when I'm streaming, ask for some help. It's so simple. Do it right now, it does not cost anything. Follow my stream and find what you're doing wrong instantly. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You really don't want to miss out what I'm going to post here if you actually want to climb and improve hard. See you on the stream. Perfect. Okay, what were you saying about Jinx? I think that you can't play her.
Oh yeah, she just feels kind of bad with the new items. I think Aphelios actually, even though he had like the good like BT, IE or Gale Force build before and they kind of changed BT, he feels less bad on one item than I think the other carry champs do right now. And I know his mechanics pretty well. So I think it's just a lot of like discipline and like not fighting when we don't have to fight, and like learning how to trade in lane a little bit better while still CSing.
Okay, that sounds good. What do you think are your biggest problems? So you said lane, one of it. What else other than that?
Kind of respecting the other team's engage threat, especially since it feels like in a lot of my games, it's kind of hard to trust my teammates. I feel like I can kind of see that they seem a little confused. And like if we have Baron, like if we get Baron, we should like group mate to get the towers, and they kind of don't want to do that.
True. So then what do you do?
So I try to ping them, and then it kind of depends on the situation. Sometimes I'll just kind of brute force it if I'm ahead, and just try to outplay them. But I notice I kind of play a little too frontline when my team won't like step up and do what I think they should do.
So then
it either works well and I get a bunch of kills and can win, or I kind of throw. I don't really go even, especially like, I mean, I know if you're behind and like the game's looking hard, it's not as bad to go for risky plays. But I think something I've noticed is like if my teammates are winning, or at least like are even, I don't have to like make some crazy plays to win the game.
True. But at the same side, if you're like trying to ping your teammates and then you're front line, then you die, I mean, very rarely they will follow you, realistically speaking.
Yeah.
So then usually if you wanna tell something to your teammates, that's fine, but don't have expectations that they will do it, and have a plan if they don't. So if you tell them to do Nashor, then they don't do it and you're frontline, you die and you lose the game. So what you should do is that you should ping them to Nashor, but not be frontline. So then when they don't follow, you're still safe. So you should have a decision making when it's not more about being a leader and telling them what to do. It's about you knowing how to play around them.
I agree. I definitely kind of need to work on doing everything I do safer, and like permanently kind of watching the map for like different engage angles they can take. Yeah, my kind of feeling with like ADC is I just kind of need to like practice a bunch of the things. So if I'm like limit testing a little bit, like I won't inherently climb, but I think just like the experiences I'm getting of maybe being a little aggressive will translate once I get a little just more used to it, and then like we'll play a little safer. Like in the games that we play, like when we were Pot 1 a few weeks ago, the games felt a lot higher quality, and so I definitely stopped doing that as much. But it kind of seems like when it's like a free-for-all and there's not much structure to like team fights and stuff, that yeah, I definitely need to think a few steps ahead and not do what I just did.
I see. Alrighty. So you play a lot of duo, right? Okay.
I think when I play solo, I don't do it as much. I just kind of know when I'm playing duo, like we're on comms and we're like very confident in turning fights, and we like tend to get camped a lot. So I think we just kind of get impulsive and fight, especially if like we're getting camped and the other side of the map is like not winning. It's like, well, like, what are we doing here?
Okay, good. So for today, if you would have to choose one huge problem that you have that you could fix today, what would that be?
I would say, I think the laning isn't the biggest issue, but I think if I laned more consistently, it would help like the mid game and late game of every game I play.
True.
So I think just kind of starting with laning and like where to position in the lane, like how to take advantageous trades. I think sometimes a trade will be good and kind of drag it on too long. So I'd say yeah, laning, like applying pressure while also getting CS and like not dying.
Okay. Sounds good. And for today, let's say this coaching session is gonna go perfect, like great, amazing. How would that look like for you, and what do you expect from today's session? What do you expect getting from this session?
Yeah, I think kind of having like a list of habits that are either bad habits I do or like good habits I need to work for. I think I've done this in the past, and I kind of need to start doing it again, of playing with like, not playing like to win, but playing with like actionable goals in mind, to like oh, like I should farm this much by like 10 minutes, and like I should like every time I push I should ward before hitting the tower, stuff like that. Kind of having like a list of habits and kind of seeing what potential mistakes I might be making that I don't realize.
I see. You play on a laptop?
No, I don't.
What resolution is this?
It might just be 720, just so I don't take up a bunch of space with all the VODs. And I've, for some reason,
no, not the quality, the resolution of the
game?
In-game, yeah.
It should be normal, 1080.
Because this holds you back a lot. I can already see level 1. You're not like, your camera is very tunneled. Like, this is your camera right now, look at this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. This is your camera. It should be this with normal
Really?
resolution. Well, it should be a bit bigger, but is that you don't really see, you have to move a lot the camera in order for you to take information. So it really feels like you play on a very low resolution. So we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna write it down because it's definitely.
I'll check right now.
And obviously you're gonna lose a lot of games because decision making is about moving your camera and taking intel. If you don't have good camera, you don't have good decision making. You're gonna play coin flip. But
Yeah.
we're gonna see. So can you check it right now to see like what?
Yeah, I'm opening my client. I definitely noticed like my camera control is not great, especially like during fights. I definitely so I played a lot of Kane, and kind of had like the I have to 1v9 mindset. And with Kane, I think you can kind of get away with it just because if you're ahead, you do so much healing. And so I think that kind of playstyle might transfer over. I'm checking right now. Where
does he know the Philios rotation gun management? We'll see. At level 1, don't you green?
See.
Yeah, usually green, but you can also red sometimes too, like last hit.
I think I have to go in practice for
Yeah, you can go in practice for like a minute.
Oh, practice tool is down.
Try to play like a custom game, something. And why did you choose this game? Like, what is this game so good about?
I think this game kind of exemplifies some of the issues I have around just like overcommitting the fights and bad positioning. I think with this game, if I remember, I was a little frustrated because our jungler didn't really do much, and like I think a lot of games we should be able to get objectives and like get drakes and stuff or barons, but we just don't. And it just kind of feels like everyone just playing team deathmatch. So there are definitely games I have that are cleaner, less deaths for sure. Or games where like I win lane harder, or games where I lose lane harder. But I think this was just like a decent in the middle of everything. I'm checking. I'm 1920 by 1080.
Oh, you're 1920.
Is that?
Is it the highest?
Oh, I think. Okay, so I think I used to play on a laptop that had a weird resolution. Maybe it's stuck since then.
Can you share your screen? Let me check it. Also, do you know how many inch your monitor have?
I think it's like 24.
Yeah, that's good. If it's 24, it's really good.
I can share my screen. It's not the standard.
Okay. You sharing your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Let's see. Okay, so it's the highest. Okay, and it's full screen. Okay, try to move your champion. Let me take a look here. Press spacebar and move. Okay, so it's just the YouTube resolution. I see. Okay, this is not that bad. This is not that bad. So it was just the YouTube. It would have been really bad if you play like this. Okay, perfect. Let's start the game because there are a billion things in the game. Good. So you said you want to get diamond. So I guess we're just gonna talk about these things that can get you to diamond. Okay. Good. So why did you get ghost here?
I went ghost here because I don't think ignite. So Nami has heal.
Yes.
For lane, I don't think exhaust is super useful.
On Aphelios, exhaust is not that useful anyways, unless you play against Trace or Lucian.
Yes, exactly. Especially with Jin, like after he force shots, he's kind of done. And they also both kind of do damage. Both Senna and Jin. I think like exhaust. I like taking exhaust for Vlad actually. Come the mid game. But I didn't really need cleanse. It's just like Senna W, Jin W, and
True. But what is the difference between ghost and heal?
Well, Nami has heal, and I don't think ignite helps us that much in this lane.
Okay.
So I figured ghost is kind of better for like the mid late game, especially when I have to like run away from Vlad, Jax, Gragas, Jin at 500 MS.
What's your goal in the lane? So you play Aphelios with against Senna, Jhin, and you play with Nami.
Yeah. For this lane, like, I think we can kind of trade with them since we have sustain. They also have sustain. I think mostly it's kind of just farming because Jhin early game and Senna early game, they have a lot of range. They have like a lot of burst damage.
True.
So I think it's mostly kind of farming and trying to keep the wave on our side so then jungle can come.
Okay. That's a strategy that if your jungle comes, you win, but if your jungle doesn't come, you lose. So what can you do if it doesn't come?
Yeah. I mean, I think we play pretty aggressive.
Okay.
So like if we can get a kill, I think we we're fine with it. Oh, I remember I remember realizing the crab was up and the wave was in a terrible spot there. But yeah, I think after like the first death, I think I just went Cole and I just wanted to like kind of scale.
I see. Okay, good. First of all, you play against, you have a strong lane with Nami Aphelios, and they also have a strong lane against Jhin. So in this case, why did you go Blade though?
I went Blade because I think, especially against Senna, I kind of need the combat power. I can't go Cole. I don't really like longsword 3-pot.
And what's the reason?
Especially with Nami, and like if I manage my guns well, I either have like the free sustain from red gun, or I kind of outrange them with green gun, or if I have like blue gun, I can kind of push and not interact. So I think just having, especially with PTA, having kind of like the fighting power is good.
Wait a second, fighting power. How do you trade here though against a Senna and a Jhin?
I think like short bursty trades when I have abilities off CD. If I could like,
so
if
then
he like.
How does Blade help you against short trades, sustained fights?
I think so I've kind of started going Blade and PTA, especially if I have a champ that heals, because I feel like having more max health with heals is useful.
Okay.
I think also just not dying. Like I've noticed a lot of the times, like if jungle comes or if like we fight and we kind of get a little over aggressive, like having the little bit of HP saves me a lot.
Okay. I see. So it really feels like all of the discussion is about how your teammates are gonna help you or how the enemy team is gonna try to fuck you up. But it's not about, okay, what should we do in this lane 2 versus 2? What do we need? I really agree with you with the Blade. I wouldn't say longsword on Aphelios is that good because you have the red gun and it's fundamentally better to get Blade. But there is one problem here, is that you play against a Jhin and against a Senna. Jhin is one of the strongest, if not the strongest champ in the game early. And then Senna is also, I mean, okay, you have Nami, she's not weak, but Senna is also pretty strong. So I think Blade is very good. I would go Blade for sure. I think I would go Fleet though. I think it's too greedy to get PTA. And yes, if you win hard. If you lose hard.
I think I agree with you. I have started going Fleet more. I think into Jhin, into Caitlyn, into like poke lanes, I've started going Fleet a lot more. I think beforehand I thought Fleet was kind of bad. But especially with the new patch, like with Stormrazor and stuff,
remember that it's not about like who you play against as an on AD carry. If you play Aphelios with Leona and you play against a Caitlyn, you shouldn't go you shouldn't go Fleet because you have Leona. Yes, technically you go against Caitlyn, but practically if Leona hits something, you win. So I would go PTA. So you have to look at it a bit more in perspective. So here, I wouldn't go Fleet necessarily because, okay, but they have Jhin. I would go because they have Jhin and Senna, and I have a Nami, so I'm looking to trade slow. If I have a Nautilus and you really want to go PTA, I have nothing against it. But it's about who is my support and how am I going to trade. Is it engage, hard engage, or is it like sustain fights, and who is the enemy team? So this game should be played based on what is our matchup and what is their matchup in relationship to our matchup. It shouldn't be like, okay, I play Aphelios, okay, they play Caitlyn, I get Fleet. It's a bit more complex than that. So try to also think about your support.
Yeah, I do think about the support matchup too.
That's good.
I think like with Nami, she likes to E and it's kind of like a 3-hit combo. So if I can like red gun with Nami E, I proc the PTA really fast.
I see.
Damage.
Okay, that sounds good. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's bad. I would say PTA is good only in like 20% of the cases. Fleet is super good because realistically speaking, when you play Aphelios, you don't pick Aphelios to like, okay, I'm gonna smash the lane.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not bad in lane, he's not good either, but he's in the middle. So this is why I would say Fleet, you play safe, you scale against them, and you just outscale anyway. So this is why personally I would take Fleet most of the cases. Then right here, so this is bad because you have PTA. So if you lose the lane, you lose it hard. Yes, you have sustain, but do you know that Nami, you don't play Nami to keep doubling your AD carry for healing. You're not Soraka. When you play Nami, you want to look to play aggressive Nami with the W usually. And also her healing is, you know how much heal she gives you? 55 heal, level 1. Then okay, you can say, but she's gonna have she's gonna have level 3. Yeah, 75 heal. It is there, but that's 75 heal, and it's like every 10 seconds, and it's like, is she gonna be able to spend 100 mana for you because you get chunked? So be careful if you think, okay, I have Nami, so I have sustain. You have some sustain, but it's not Yumi. Yumi spams shield on you. So this is why personally I would play with Fleet. And this is already very bad because you play against Jhin and Senna. So what do you need to do with the wave early on here?
That's a good question. I mean, I think I saw the ward top. I thought Gragas started top, so I wanted to kind of push and bounce it on wave 3 or 4. Maybe get a cheater. I've started, so I used to go Cole a lot, and I've realized that it's kind of better to see how they play. And so if like I can get a cheater and then get a Cole, it's kind of better than just always going Cole. I think we kind of...
Okay, wait a second. So what is the cheater recall for you?
Crashing the third wave.
So you're saying that you're gonna get prio early on against Senna and Jhin, and you're gonna be able to cheater recall as an Aphelios.
Yeah, that's fair. They outpush for sure.
They outpush and they also poke you. Be very careful with the cheater things. It's good strategy. In this case, it's a bit iffy. So this is why personally, it's an amazing strategy that you do. But you can't do it if you leash. If you don't leash and they leash, it's possible. And also, if you get second in the lane and they get first, even if you don't want to go cheater recall, do you think giving the push away to Senna Jhin is a big deal against Aphelios?
It's kind of annoying because they can poke for sure.
Exactly. So be very careful. Yes, I would say that you should usually leash your jungle, but in matchups that are, I would say, impossible, because in this case, if you get pushed in, realistically speaking, it's very hard to kill them. I would ask my jungle, and I would ask him in a very nice way. Yes, sometimes they're not gonna listen, they're gonna say no. So if you say, can you start top, he's gonna say no. But if you say, we hard lose lane early, is it okay if you start top? If you say like this and you say you hard lose lane, he might give it to you. Again, if he doesn't, it's fine, you can leash him a little bit, but the concept is that you need to be able to understand that giving away the push to a Jhin Senna is big. Yes, if they have a Lali Star or a Nautilus, it doesn't matter. It's fine, just leash. It's not a big of a deal. But in this specific matchup, 1, didn't go for fleet. 2, didn't even ask your jungle to leash. You're not gonna have longsword, that's completely fine. But good luck in the lane, because they will get prio, and it's GG. So we are already, if this is like high diamond, it's already doomed here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you a lot the past few weeks, and I've seen you say that to other people. We've started asking for that. It's just really sad. Our jungle is always path top.
I see.
As like a jungle main or a former jungle player, it kind of feels bad. But if we play like Lucian, Milio, Lucian, Nami, we definitely try to ask not to leash and like we'll start in the bush.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You can also ask in this kind of lanes where you really need prio. But again, don't force it. I don't mean, okay, ask every game. No, ask when you really want to, not every game.
Yeah, I think something actually that I definitely need to kind of work on is just knowing lane matchups better. I used to watch, I still do watch a lot of, if you know Saber,
yes.
The Caitlyn player, his coaching. And like, I really liked how in his older videos he broke it down into like poke, catch, trade.
Yes.
And so I kind of have an idea with matchups about that, but I think just like playing ADC through like gold and even like low plat kind of feels like no one plays how they should. So I think like my matchup knowledge is not as good as it should be when people play their lanes accordingly.
Okay, I see. Yes, but the thing is, if you play the lane and you play it properly and you play with a random support, if you have zero knowledge about the matchup compared to if you are playing properly, you're gonna still make a difference, because the AD carry, enemy AD carry will probably not know how to play the matchup. So you can still get an edge there. Okay, so let's see what you're gonna do right here in the very early stages.
One more thing. I think this is kind of why I picked an Aphelios video. Is I don't think there's very many like educational Aphelios content out there. And so like I can watch like pro play, like I've started watching like Prince, his streams, and he plays Aphelios really well, but I'm not really sure where to find, especially for Aphelios, like how to play matchups. It's mostly just like trying to watch like high elo players or like read guides. But yeah.
I see. Okay, that sounds good. So let's see how we're gonna play. So we lose Prior right here. You try to stay max range with them. We're gonna try to space on them. This is very nice. Trade it very nice here. Try to get PTA. This is good. And then you're gonna lose the Prior. It's fine. No worries. We're gonna try to really poke a little bit here.
I actually have a question. In a lot of lanes, it's kind of hard to, if they're going for level 2 with Aphelios, it's kind of hard to contest it because I don't have abilities. So I've started just trying to poke them when they're going for CS early, and even if I drop a few CS and they get the push, if they're like this, like half health, it seems good, but I'm not sure if that's like the way to think about it.
Well, the thing is, if you can contest the push and get it, it's always better to get it.
Yeah.
But if you know you're gonna lose it anyways, then looking to get a bit of poke before they get level 2, it's fine. It just really depends on the situation, because you have 3 situations. Situation number 1, they have 2 or 3 minions ahead, in which case you have to just back off. You just back off and you can't trade. Usually this would happen. You can't trade right before they get level 2. Second situation is that they get 2-3 minions ahead, a lot of minions, but you can try to poke a little bit before they get level 2, which you can do it. Or situation number 3, you can actually push back. You can contest the push as well. So this, it will really depend. So with Aphelios specifically, if you can get level 2 advantage, it's really good. But if you know you already lost it, then you should either back off or just poke him a little bit and then back off. So then your question is it good if I poke him before he gets level 2? Well, if you know you can poke him safely, and you know you can poke him and you have absolutely no chance that you can push the wave back to him and get level 2, then the poke is good. But if you're poking him when you can just hit the wave and get level 2, or you're poking him and you're overextending yourself and you get chunked, that's bad. So that's how it works. So for example, in this case, you go for a little bit of poke. So this is what you're talking about?
Yeah, like here, realistically, we can't contest level 2.
Yeah.
Against these people. So I'm just like, okay, like, we'll forfeit the level 2, but if I can get them a little bit low, they're a little more scared to just play aggressively.
I see. It's hard to tell what you want to do right now, because technically right here when you lose the push, like now how many minions do they need for level 2?
Well, Jin has it.
Okay, so
theoretically they should have had it.
So what should you do right now?
1 minion before. Now we should back up.
Okay, so let's see what you're gonna do. So you try to like auto attack him back. You see this? Super coin flip. This is huge coin flip play. So only this pattern shows me that you're below Platinum 1. Because a normal diamond player, you will surrender the push because he just queued the minions. He wouldn't even go for this auto attack. Yes, he was reloading, but this auto attack is really meaningless because you know you're not gonna be able to kill him in the lane, so you can just invest it into pushing the lane. And now, when they get the push, what would a normal player do?
Walk back.
Exactly. So you remember what you did here, right? Try to click back, try to space on him. True, but if Senna was better, she would have chunked you. And if this guy is better, he's gonna stop hitting on this guy and he's gonna hit you.
Hit me, yeah.
So
that makes sense.
This is very big in the lane. And then, nice try. You have to get some trades. Yeah, so you do have the Crescendum here. You played super well around. So the spacing with the Crescendum is fine. And then you just try to go for a little bit of a poke. That's fine, because you're super strong with Nami level 2. Then you try to go on him a little bit here. Let's see. It's nice. And then you try to flash. Okay, I'm not concerned with this. This is just your playstyle. Okay, well, in this case, when you just go in like this, do you think about that he has exhaust, he has heal, he has or not?
I try to. I definitely, if I like see something like this, and I'm like, oh, I have like, I could PTA her, and I have like my red Q. I kind of forget about sums. I think about the stuff like before it happens, and then in the moment I just kind of like play off intuition and my brain shuts off a little bit.
I see. So what is the worst thing that can happen here when you go like this?
I waste sums and she doesn't die, and then they like root me.
Plus you're also tanking this wave, so it's like, I would say that, okay, Jin is not really too close to the guy, and you can't die to jungle gang, so it's not that coin flip. It's, let's say, if you know your limits, you can kill him and then back off. But I would avoid making this plays if I know that they have barrier, heal, exhaust, everything, and you're coin flipping like this. Plus also, yeah, you're playing it really bad in terms of positioning. Like now, where should you run towards? Who?
Nami.
Yes, she's trying to heal you, but you're trying to, you see her clicking? Your clicking is here, so look at the poor Nami. The poor Nami tries to walk up, and now she heals you because she was scared, because she was here and you were running away from her. She was scared to heal here. So this is like positioning mistake and also a bit of coin flip. Let's see what you're gonna do here. Gonna Q here. Okay, this is interesting. You had Q here. Let's see.
I think I didn't have it until the... Oh, I guess I did have it. I thought the minions were gonna be right there, so if I shoot it at Senna, the minion might tank it. But I think I had a little space to do it.
I see. Yeah, I could have tried it. Let's see what we're gonna do right now with the wave. So Nami is trying to do that. Is enemy jungle on top lane? Okay, not really. Enemy jungle is mid. Nami tried to do something crazy. Okay, you're slow pushing here. Let's see. Okay. So do you remember this point in time?
Yeah.
So what should be your plan right here?
We need to crash before Gragas goes for bot crab.
Okay, true. Why do we need to crash right here?
Because the wave's in a terrible spot.
What do you want to do after?
Probably base, but if just not be like pushed up to their tower. Like we should ward if we stay, but I would probably base just because we're low. So
what should be the perfect decision making here? If this is a diamond player, what is Aphelios gonna do right now at this point in time?
I think probably. See, it's kind of hard because if I want to push, like if I go to ward, it takes the time away. Okay. But also, it's kind of hard to push this and crash it in time. Okay. I think.
Let's see. So how much time do we need to crush this minutes?
We just need to kill these 3. I guess the other wave is far enough back.
So then, what would the diamond player, good player, do here?
So just hard push it. Just hard hit the minions.
So then, what is your mistake here?
I'm pushing a little slowly so I don't miss the farm.
That's fine. You shouldn't really miss the farm. I agree with you here. But why do we ward here? Like, why do we need a ward if we know we just push this wave and back, we just want to recall anyway, so we're not really looking to stay. Plus, if you want a ward, you would push first and then you would ward and then you would stay. So warding like this is the most horrible thing that you can do. Look at this. Just missing farm. You see this?
Yeah.
This is a big pattern. This is probably a pattern, a habit that you're doing. So the rule of thumb is sometimes you can do this, like short word into the brush and miss some minions if you have to push another wave and you know you're gonna be really in danger. But usually you should take the 2 minions that you have, just go for a fast word after to take those 2 minions, and you only go for a word because you want to push one more wave right here, or let's say you want to do something aggressively on the tower. But this pattern is very bad because now look at this, you word and here you miss 2 minions and then now you have to push one more.
Yeah,
if you didn't word for 4 seconds, this wave is gonna crash. Yes, it's not gonna crash fully, but it crashes like this and you'll only have 3 minions left, and with 3 minions they can't freeze, so you can recall.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So this is huge because this means we don't know the exact priorities of urgencies, as in when do we push, when do we go forward, when do we go for recall, when it's the urgency to do that. And for Platinum 4 until Plat 4 to Plat 1, from my experience, this is a big problem that can hold you back.
That's definitely a good way to word, I think, my issues.
Because look at this right now. Like you're pushing, imagine you were just 4 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
These minions are dead, and then it's 1 minion and you can just leave it and then just leave. But now you're just dying. So see, this one was wave management mistake. Well, actually, it didn't word, well, it didn't need the word. So even the fact that so bad timing on the word, didn't even need the word. So it's wave management in relationship to decision making. And the Jin died here. This is so bad. He loses so much to wave. Should never die here. And it would have been super good. This is super big. So let's see, you get call and you're like, hey, I'm gonna play safe. That's fine. I mean, personally, if I have Nami, I'll probably still try to win the lane. But if you just get call and want to play safe, that's completely fine. It's no problem.
I think it's kind of hard because Jin, even though we're even CS, he has 2 kills now, and he is a lane bully.
Yes.
So I think I'm like, okay, I'll just go Cole. We'll stop trying to ego them like I did earlier and died.
Perfect. Okay, good. So you try to space on him a little bit. Now you're just backing off. Nice dodge. And now Jarvan is coming right now. Let's see how we're gonna play right here. Okay, got the binding right there. You Q, you're safe. Please don't die here. Perfect. Beautiful. You killed him. What should we do right now? What are the alternatives?
So I have good guns for pushing, so could crash.
Yes.
And maybe I kind of forget where Gragas is as we're watching this. Could crash and go for Drake. Could crash and reset.
Yes.
Or could thin out the wave and reset here, so it keeps pushing into us.
True.
I started doing that a lot. It depends. I think where their jungle is. Because I think we could go for Drake.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so you can go for Drake. Yeah, true. So.
I mean, I think with his help, we probably just crash TBH and then kind of go from there, either recall or Drake.
Let's see. So you're saying that you need Jarvan to push this wave to be able to push. You're saying that you can't push it by yourself or with Nami.
We can, but I think if we just to make sure, like Senna doesn't hold or something, because I'm kind of low, she could be able to like, kind of fight me and Nami off, just because it'll take a while to push.
Okay. So he's gonna help you to push. Okay, and then.
And then probably recall. Just looking at our HP, me and Nami, we're pretty low. So if they come from base with items,
but then if you want to recall, why don't you just recall now after trimming the wave?
Yeah, I should. I've started doing that a lot more. My issue with that is I think this is part of me just like playing a lot of jungle. Of I'm kind of bad at knowing exactly how many minions. I'm bad at eyeballing waves and seeing exactly what's gonna happen.
I see. So, first of all, if you recall right now, you have only 600 gold. So recalling instantly is bad, actually, in this specific situation.
Yeah.
Yes, I would always do it if I have like non-quiver or whatever I wanna buy, BF sword if you wanna get Gale Force first, or anything that you wanna get. I would trim the wave and I would recall if I have enough money. The problem here, you should told me, hey, yes, I can trim the wave and recall, but unfortunately I don't have enough gold, so I have to push. So in this case, you had to push. Yes, you're right. You can push and recall, or recall and freeze the wave, or just stay here and freeze. Stay here and freeze is the worst because you're gonna be low, and when Jhin is gonna come back in the lane, he's gonna be full HP. So this is what you should have done. You should push the wave, and again, doing Drake or not doing Drake, as an AD carry, you don't take now a decision because you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna push this because I know the Jarvan is definitely gonna go for Drake and he's gonna start it if I ping. What? He's not gonna start it. We both know he's not gonna listen. We both know, I mean, does he have 2k gold? Does he have 1.5k gold? We don't know what he's thinking right now, the Jarvan.
Yeah.
Maybe he's seeing a dive top, recalling dive top. I don't know. I don't know what's through his mind. This is why I wouldn't take a decision based on him. Now, based on what he's supposed to do in the next 20 seconds, I don't know. Yes, if he's now doing Drake and he started it, I would say yes, he started it. I'm gonna make a decision of pushing and going there. But I wouldn't make a decision based on something that he can possibly do in the next 30 seconds just because I think he should be that. Maybe he should, but who said he's gonna do that?
I think that's an issue I have. He's like, I'm looking at the map and I'm like, okay, like all his camps are down. Like he could recall go top, is then cleared down, or maybe go top. But I think I kind of base what I should do based off of what I would do if I were the jungler.
Yes.
That's a little unreliable.
Yes, because you don't know how this guy is thinking. So here, as you can see, what is the worst thing that I can do here with the wave? If Jarvan is not here.
If he's not here, like freezing and staying is bad.
Exactly, because you just can't stay here. So this play, you can say, okay, but I stayed because Jarvan is here. Well, true. The problem with this, if you think it's super free, I would stay. But as I can see right now, the Jhin is 3 seconds off. He's gonna come soon-ish. If Senna is walking up and I see her walking up, I would stay here and I would bait her. But if I see that Senna is not walking up and I see that this play is like 50-50 coin flip, what decision should Aphelios do right here when he sees that the decision is not very reliable? Because now you're thinking... Exactly, just push. Because now you're thinking, okay, but Jarvan is here. Of course, I'm just gonna wait and do the gank. True, but if you wait like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and you see that Jhin is actually gonna come on the lane, and realistically speaking, you're on a timer because you're half HP, so you gotta do something. If you see that 4 seconds this gank doesn't work, just ping him, danger, bro, leave, I don't care, push the wave, push the next wave, recall.
Yeah.
Because you can't stay here for a long time. Because now you relied on him that's gonna gank. Senna actually played it really good, as you can see. The moment you see the first 3 seconds it doesn't work, instantly shove. Because now you're coin flipping. This is why, what is 0PGG right here? This is why you have 51% win rate on Platinum 4. It's because you're either relying your decision making too much on your team, or you're making a decision that can go either way. And now you're super screwed, because theoretically, Jhin can do whatever he wants, and this is bad for Jhin. Oh, sorry, bad for you. Bad because you're not gonna get gold, you're gonna get denied. Bad for the poor Nami because she's not gonna get stacks, and it's also bad for Jarvan because if Gragas wants to get tempo advantage, he can. We're shedding XP as well.
Yeah.
And then he was just forced.
Yes. I think, from what I remember, me and the Nami don't really want him to be there, but because he's there, we feel a little pressured.
I see.
I think we're like, he tried on the Senate at first and it didn't work, and we're like, now we're sharing XP. Like,
I see.
Like,
but why don't you ping him? Because look, Nami makes fun of him, like he pings SS, but this doesn't mean anything. Like if I'm jungle and I'm like, let's say I'm jungle, and usually junglers are they are easy to influence. If I'm pinging danger, or if I'm pinging on my way, if I'm Jarvan, I'm like, yeah, let's follow this. But if someone is pinging like this, SS, I'm like, okay, does it mean I'm stupid? Does it mean she wants to make fun of me? Does she mean... So you have to be clear in your decision making here with danger, or on my way. And yes, sometimes if you ping danger one time and he goes in, you just play around it, sometimes. But you didn't really tell him what you want to do. Plus, the decision should be yours here. Like when you freeze and you see in the first because you're staying here 30 seconds. But if you see in the first 5 seconds, it doesn't work, maybe 10 seconds, you know this is bad for you, for him, for everyone. So then just decide to push. Like now, I would not push. I would not push. I would wait. I would wait. I would wait. I would wait. Senna is right here. I see that for 5 seconds I'm waiting like for nothing. I know the decision is unreliable. For me, for Nami, for Jarvan, for anyone is unreliable. I'm gonna start pushing and danger, danger, danger on his head. And trust me, if you start pushing and he's gonna see that you pushed, he's not gonna stay.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I have good pushing guns.
Exactly. So this is super big play. So you're right. Laney phase is definitely something that holds you back here in this rank. So it's a combination between wave management, coin flip plays, and now the Jarvan lost so much time. This I don't even want to see how much time he wasted. And this isn't even not worth it. Because he shared so much XP and you'd also die here. Like the Q is fine here. This is fine. You woke up and here I just back. I would not risk to die. Because if he dies, I get the juicy wave. I'm happy. Like these kind of situations, if you die, the gank doesn't really matter. Let alone the fact that Nami also got the kill here.
Yeah.
This is like super, 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 super bad. And then at least you have the wave here. I hope you're gonna ping him here.
Yeah, I think I committed to it because, like, if we kill, I wasn't sure if I would kill him and live, or if like I would die. But either way, like the wave is kind of worse for him if he dies, and if we both die, the wave is worse for him because it's pushing us.
True, but what if you die? Then Senna is gonna push out the wave into your tower, because he has more pushing power than Nami.
Yeah, true.
And then there is a difference if you dive him and you know for sure he's gonna lose the minions, or if you do that and you think the wave is coming to you. But who tells you that as you're dead, the wave is not gonna crash by itself? Because it can happen. Yes, you had a big wave, a nice wave. Yeah, but what if the Nami records because she has to, and then the wave is just pushing the tower and you also lose it? The thing is, the only way you wanna trade 1-for-1 on AD carry is if you play Draven. On Draven, sometimes you can do that. You can do that on Draven. But on this kind of champs, I mean, you get 300 gold, but he gets 300 gold. Okay, good. How did you help your team? Because it's just, you're not influencing the game negatively, but you're not influencing it positively. It's like you play jungle and you only full clear and never gank. It's like, okay, you don't int, you don't die, yeah, but you don't do anything in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I think, and this is probably wrong, my way of looking at it is, I know I'm good at team fighting and my champ scales harder, so if he gets gold and I get gold, I will be better. But I also, like, when I play jungle, I'm definitely better at it now after having played lane. I would like full clear a lot until I'm strong. So I definitely play very selfishly. And like for myself.
I see. Then he tries to like fight, try to ghost.
I stack my chakrams and then try to flash on for the.
So it's actually really, I mean, it was a bad decision, as in it was really coin flip. You should never win this, and you didn't win this. The only reason why you win this is, I'm gonna show you right now. Look at this. So Jin missed the Q. That's fine. You can say, okay, but this can happen. Okay, this can happen. Look at Jin. So he auto attacks you, W. Good. He has his crit. Look at his crit right now. Look at his crit right now.
Oh, he hits the wave.
This is the reason why you're winning in Platinum 4 with this decision making. Because people are just no hands.
Yeah.
Because here, as you can see, this is not even close. If he kills you right now, he gets fleet, he's half HP. So it's like not okay, it was close. Well, not really. So be very careful. You probably fought because Jarvan is here, but be very careful for what fights you're taking right now. Because realistically speaking, they have everything.
I agree. I think also in this position, we had the pink in the bush, and we thought he was gonna come sooner, and he's just like walking around. But that's still on me for like seeing that he's doing that and committing like that.
You just have to be careful when you're engaging for a fight. you have to be careful like how far deep you're engaging. Because if you know you're gonna die for it, okay, it's okay to lose some HP, but like right now, Nami is here and you're here. She doesn't even have the bubble to hit now. Now she has the bubble. So it's good to engage on AD carry, but you gotta know when to stop. Like here, first of all, you gotta know when to stop when it comes to, okay, I engage, but now I back off. And second of all, you wanna make sure you don't go too early. Because right now, it's super early. Last time also was too early and you died before he camps. Every single time when you do this, it's bad. When you try to trade 1-for-1, Jhin died, you died, but it's like, again, you're not getting the wave, you're not getting XP, you're gonna die, you're gonna press tab and you're gonna be like, oh shit, top is so broken. They have level 8 almost, I'm level 5. Yeah, because you keep trading 1-for-1. Of course it's bad. So that's why people think AD carry is a bad role. But it's just, they coin flip too much, or they play too aggressive, or they do super aggressive plays. Oh, why are they pushing here, by the way? Let's see. Yeah, just pushing into you. They just killed 2 casters here. Just pushing into you, you see this? And this is a pattern. Every time when your jungle is here and you die, if you see my stream or any pro player really, the moment he dies on the lane, his instant reaction is, okay, how's my wave? I want to know my wave. I want to know if I need to tell my jungle if he needs to push it because he's not going to have the brain to push it by himself, or if I'm going to let my jungle to just freeze. And this unfortunately happened last time as well when he died. Look at this. So you died, and then guess what? You died here, and look at the wave right now. Like, you died, and Jarvan can push here. A bad Jarvan will push your wave right here.
Yeah.
So here, I would look very close to what he does, and the moment he hits the minion, I would ping danger. But I would be ready to tell him what to do with the wave, because it's my wave. I'm AD carry. So
yes,
super important to like just keep an eye on like how is the wave, and let me tell him like what he should do. Like now he just screwed up your wave, and you died. Plus you also lost the wave, and guess what? Jhin is gonna get this. Boop. So you see the 1-for-1, how either ways can go.
Yeah, and they could hold the wave, and I'm even more screwed.
Exactly. Okay, you had, so right here, he was AFK, or what happened?
I don't know. He DC'd. I don't know. Okay. TBH.
I see. I see. You're definitely playing aggressive and it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't really change your playstyle or anything. It's that it's a bit too aggressive and it's a little bit too coin flip. Like here, for example, like you're just tanking all of the minions. Okay, if you're level 6 or you have some, so you're a lot stronger than them, I would say that yes, you should do this. But at this point in time, you're not close to be stronger than them. So we're like taking fights.
I think I kind of get baited by what my teammates want to do. Like they're my Nami ulted, and I think I was like, okay, like he wants to fight, so we can fight. And then I like engage as the wave misses, so then I'm in a bad spot.
Let's see. I see, so you get baited. Yeah, but the thing is, you'll get baited. So right here, usually, like when this happens and you don't agree with the call, you can just follow it, like stay around it, or just back off. Like in this position, this is one of the situations where you have to ask yourself, hey, yes, I want to hover, but do I want to fully commit because it's a 60 to 80% guaranteed play, or is it a 50-50?
Yeah, I should click left.
Because if it's 60-80, then I would commit fully and even tank the wave. But if it's 50%, I'm not going to ignore the Nami, because that's not what you can do in SoloQ. They will always fight, but I will stay around her like here, and in case enemy team does something crazy, I will be here. So I will have a playstyle where I'm gonna commit only if I know she's fighting and it's really good, and I'm gonna commit like with all of my head forward. But if she commits and I'm not sure, I will just be like, okay, let me hover you, I'm gonna stay around you, I'm gonna stay here, but I'm not gonna go here. So this was one of the plays, because here, realistically speaking, she don't have a way to get in here. because she missed the bubble, and even if she gets the bubble on the this guy, we don't really have enough damage because they have Senna ulti, and they also have the wave. Plus, we don't know the summoner spells of the guys.
Agreed.
And then also, so I would love to also see how you play something else than Aphelios, because I want to see if you're because for now it feels like your decision making is super coin flip for sure, and the lane is holding you back. Like this one is you are typing a bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely typing and almost die for it.
So in terms of like this, like with the tilting and stuff, with the typing, you can type, but you also saw me today like I was tilting. But do you remember when I was typing to him?
No.
I was typing when I was in base.
Okay.
And
yeah, so
one, if you really want to type, which I don't recommend, but if you want to type, you can type in base. Second of all, did you see what I did after I typed FF or something? I just defund. I muted everyone and I was like, okay, I don't give a shit about this guy. Let's just play the game.
Yeah, I definitely deafened a lot.
That's good, but
I didn't this one.
Be careful when you type like this, because this can hold you back really hard. It worked, but again, you see this Jhin. This Jhin is probably the worst AD that you can lane against.
I agree.
And then you just push the wave. Then you just recall. That's fine. That's fine. Then you go in the lane.
Yeah, here I definitely just engaged too hard.
Yeah, you have this tendency to like go, like it's good to hover, like this is fine. You're hovering. This is good. This is fine. He missed the charm. Run. He missed the charm. That's the most important thing. Look at this. We have no engage right here. So yeah, this is because you played jungle. It's because junglers and supports, they don't have a really good, clear knowledge about where should I go in, where should I go out. So here you have to be able to understand like how is this gank happening, like what should we hit here.
It kind of needs to be, I mean, J4 is too far behind, so it has to be like a Nami or a RE into like a bubble or EQ.
Exactly. And if that's missed or that's no range, you have to make sure at all times that you're safe. And they have Gragas R, which is this range. They have Senna W, which is this range. So you gotta keep in mind like this. Now Gragas can just walk up here and just ult you into the team. Yeah. So it's good that you follow them, hover them, but hover them from behind, and keep always track and keep in mind what abilities they can use at you to like lock you down. Because here, this is why I have 7 deaths per ratio, and it's definitely big in platinum, super big. Then here you see, and they didn't even have the Gragas ulti or flashes or anything.
Yeah, I don't think I thought about the Jhin R, and then he R'd, and then I mean, even without his R, with like Gragas R and stuff.
Exactly.
But then he R's, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get slowed, and I'm like, okay, I messed up.
Okay, there are also some problems in the later stages that I want to talk about. Okay, also this kind of plays that you're doing. Like, for example, when you're going right now, do you know where is Senna here?
I'm assuming she's walking from base.
True, but do you track her? Because the thing is, I think everything you're doing is mostly coin flips. I don't think so. Right now, for example, let's see where is Senna right now. Okay, Jhin is in the lane. Senna is dead. Okay, Senna is dead. Now Senna is dead. Jhin is on bot. Okay, Senna is dead. Now she's in the first tower. She's in the second tower. Okay, we don't see her. Okay, we see her on bot lane for a slight second. She's recalling. Do you have knowledge that she recalled right here?
No, she could have cancelled and walked.
That's what I'm saying. Be very careful when you're going for this kind of flips. Super flip. Like here, when you go in, let know Nami that Senna might be around. Okay, she ults here because he's overextended and Jarvan is behind. You can follow, but don't super commit. Like now, just stay around it. I wouldn't double yet. Stay around it. Move here. Move here. Wait Jarvan to be here. And then you dive when you're here. Jarvan is here and you're just around him.
Gotcha.
But I wouldn't start now. Because now, Senna ultimate can come. Maybe she's behind. W on you. She's going to lock you down. Then they TP and it's GG. So be very careful with these calls. Like you really have to think about the worst case scenario when you play. And then worst case scenario came. The Vladimir came. Did he have flash? Okay, he didn't have flash.
And there's no DPs.
I believe he also tunnel visions. You should play Aram for sure. Warm up. If you play more than 3 games, I would say Aram is good. Ce sfat vrei să te apuci de League of Legends? Dacă vrei să te apuci de League of Legends, uite-te pe canalul meu de YouTube, dai subscribe și în afară de asta, joacă ce-ți place. Joacă câte un campion 2 din fiecare rol și joacă ce-ți place. Încearcă toate rolurile și toți campionii. Joacă random.
I don't know if you have time. I could book another hour.
You wanna also do a live game? Because we can. After this game, or maybe a VOD review if you have.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We can do it. You wanna do it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I wanna talk a little bit. Like there is one more thing that I saw and that is very bad. So you can book it and then I'm gonna prepare that and then we can do a live game as well, or we can analyze another game. But I think that the live is just really good. Cu multă plăcere, Phoenix. Oricând poți să vii pe stream și să mă întrebi, nu e nicio problemă. Dar joacă să te distrezi, joacă toți campionii, nu altceva deocamdată. Professor GG, it's okay. I personally like you, GG. Yeah, he's a good Aphelios. He's playing way too aggressive. I can help him with the wave management and macro. I think he can get diamond. He's a decent player actually. Yeah, I didn't know that on Aphelios people don't go long.
I remember in this fight, I don't really know where I can stand.
Oh shit. Okay, well, okay, let me answer your question. So this is fine. Positioning is fine. This is okay. Run. Here, this clicks up is greedy. You should have just been right here right now. Look at this. Right here. Now it's greedy. So when you play Aphelios, every time when you see Gragas, you have to imagine yourself getting flash eaten by him.
Yeah.
Like now you're dead, for example. When you see Jax, he flashes on you. Like now, you see you're walking up on him and he had DZ. Gragas is here. Senna is here. So Senna W is this range. Gragas R is this range. Gragas flash R is this range. You should have been right here. Or maybe even right here. Because now you're just clicking up. You see yourself right now?
Yeah.
Ari is the best position player. Well, I think he is even more perfect. But Ari. Look at Ari. Ari's actually good. Look at her.
Yeah.
And she got caught, but she could have got caught from here. And this is good positioning. Okay, she will still get caught, but look at Ari, and she's safe. But now you're like, okay, where should I position myself? Well, now it's a bit hard because we're stuck. But the reality is that you have 2.5k gold here, so you shouldn't even be here. This is a bad play. So let's see when you did a mistake. Because you take this, and then you go mid, you have 1.4k gold. For Infinity Age, you need 2.1. Well, it's fine that you push, because 3 people died. Like, now one is spawned, but 3 people died, so you're pushing with your teammates. I'm not concerned with that. You kill him. I'm not concerned with this. You kill him. Let's see what you're gonna do after. Let's see. Now, this is bad that you're staying. This is bad. Because, yes, I would stay if this is 5k, 6k, 10k, and you need the damage. But now this is 3k, and he has an eye behind, so it's gonna be 2k soon. You don't need to stay. Or, if you really want to stay to help a little bit more, which I wouldn't do it when this is 2k personally, or 3k. I would do it only if it has 4.5k plus. Now, insta recall. Anything that you do here is wrong. Look at this. Why are we taking the plant? We're not looking to... Because you can say, okay, but they were pinging for Drake. I can't recall right now. Yes, usually you can also consider that. Hey, I'm gonna stay more with my team, even though I have the money, you know. But realistically speaking, if you get from here to here, it gets an amount of time. If you get from here to here, it gets the same time because you get movement speed in base. Plus, it's not only that. The main reason why you should recall first and you should ignore your team a little bit is because there is something if you're recalling for a pickaxe. There is something if you're recalling for an infinity edge.
True.
So it's a huge power spike. So this is the mistake. You should insta recall, especially because Nami also recalls. They have Jin dead. Jin is dead. So it wasn't an urgency to be here. And there is one more mistake. So let me actually find for it. Perfect. So let me know when if you got the website and everything.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So there was one more thing with the recalls. We're gonna see in a little bit, but that's easier to fix. Yeah, imagine if you had would that be Gale Force? Wow,
Yeah.
but that's huge power spike because you can escape Gragas, right?
Yeah.
And even if you position it yourself bad, it's a Gale Force, so it's GG. Ooh. Yeah, so we have a bit of laning phase. I think laning phase I would give you a 7. But then we have also micro rotations, which I would give you 6 if I want to compare you with a Diamond 4 player.
Yeah, I think with that play, if I remember correctly, I think getting Herald at like 18, 19 minutes is so useless. So, I mean, this is me making assumptions for the jungler. I think what I wanted to do was after we get the kill, just go straight Drake. And then he does the Herald. And then I should recall, but like I want the Drake because they're going to get Soul. So I like stay to make sure we get it. But then I just die anyway.
So let's see. So right now you go to the Herald. Let's see. Right here it is, right? Okay, you go to Herald. Yeah, the problem is that right now you're going to Drake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the problem as an AD carry going by yourself to Drake?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Right? And then you can say, okay, but I can ask my duo. Yeah, Jax, Vladimir. I don't know what to say. It's like a bit. Any AD carry knows that if you deal with these guys 2v2, you're not gonna win too soon 2v2. So this is why usually instead of making plays, like instead of trying to make your own plays in the late game, it's better to play around someone. Yes, he does the Herald, it's bad, but you're AD carry. It's not your responsibility to get Drake. So you should just look to stay around it and then just recall after.
Agreed.
Super important. Okay, and there is one more thing. Okay, so we also will need the champion pool, by the way, Alex. We will need the champion pool because I feel like you play a lot of things. Aphelios is definitely a good champion for you. I think you know his limits very well, and he is also very aggressive for you. I will be honest with you, and I will say that you play with this guy on support, and he plays enchanters. He plays good. The problem is that if you play only with him, what is gonna happen though?
I kind of get bad habits of being over aggressive.
Exactly, and then you're gonna play with a normal Nami, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, but this is not my friend. Well, no, true. But as an AD carry, you have to have the ability to play with a random support, because that's how you learn faster. So be very careful. It's not bad that you play with him. It would be bad if you play only with him, because I think duo is usually fine if you play from time to time, but the kind of duo that you have that plays Yumi only and Nami only will develop huge bad habits for you.
Yeah, I definitely do play solo a lot, and I have another account that's Plat 4 that I don't think I've dueled with him much on it. That's ADC as well.
Oh, you have an... Okay, can you give it out to me?
Yeah. It's Church of LS.
Okay, let's see. Trick to LS?
Church.
Oh. To LS, okay. Let's see.
Here, I'll just send it to you.
Let's see. Okay. Off LS, okay. See. You like LS?
I I really liked his old coachings of like when he was coaching like Annie players, and I made this account. I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually learn the game and just play Annie, and then I got really bored.
I see.
I like the way he thinks about the game. I think some of his takes are a little interesting, but I like the way he thinks about like itemization and like freezing when like making it like an objective that they have to like come to, and like the way he talks about like clicks and fundamentals.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds very, very good. And when did you watch that Annie video? Was it a long time ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. Let's see. This is a mistake. This is a mistake, but it's a long time ago. Long time ago. So let's see. So you go on the. I think you kill him. Let's see. Okay. Good. Very, very good. Super good dodge. Very good. Perfect. So you got the shutdown here. Let's see what you're gonna do. You're pushing because 3 people are dead. Your support, unfortunately, should stay with you. Unfortunately, he just recalls. 3 people are dead, so if you're staying, she has to stay as well. She can't just recall. But again, we don't talk about that. You push. Perfect. What should you do after this?
Base.
Yes. You have 2 options only. Go for the Drake or base. The thing is, yes, I would take the Drake, but your teammates are pretty far. If they were right there, I would look to hover and then base after. But since they're in base, you can just recall and you have a move speed and you can go there. Because you have 2k gold. And this, unfortunately, this goes from worse to worse. Because you go to the Drake, you face check. Okay, no problem. 1, you go to the Drake when you should recall. 2, you face check. Then you fight. Okay, no problem. And after you fight, then you go to the bot lane. But what exactly are you playing for right now? Because you want to buy Lord Dominic's.
Yeah. My thinking is no objectives are up, and there's a super minion wave bot, so they probably won't go to it.
True.
So if I delay my base just to get a little more gold for my LDR.
How much? How much?
I think I need 1,000 from my ping.
Yeah, so you need. So you have 1,450 gold for last whisper, then 600 gold for the other component, and then 950. So right now, how much do you need? 950 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna get it here?
No.
True. How many waves do you need to get 950 gold?
I mean, with super mains and jungle camps, probably like 3 waves.
Yeah, 3 to 4 waves. 3 to 4 waves plus with the gold, overtime gold. Okay, so how much time does this mean? So this is 1
minute and a half.
Okay, yeah, so 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes between this.
Yeah,
okay, so then in the meantime, you're saying that your team is not gonna fight, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
There's no objectives up, Baron's up in 2 minutes. So I think if I rush farming, I can have it for the Baron, but that might just be a little greedy based off my teammates shouldn't fight.
Let's see this. Look at this. So you're going here now, taking this camp, and now you're actually going to go bot lane. Look at your team right now. So now you're saying that they will wait you, and you still need 400 gold. That is not. Look at this. So look at your team. They really want to fight, but they can't. And now you recall and look at your team. They just got engaged. And we're very lucky that Ari had ulti. But in another game, you would have lost the game here. And look at your goal right now. So it even goes from worse to worse. So you pushed bot so much, you wasted so much time, you risked everything, because if they die there, yes, the enemy team doesn't get Nashor, but they get lots of shutdowns and they get mid inhibitor for nothing. You didn't even buy an item. So here you're right, there is no objective. But realistically speaking, you can, if you know that you need a bit of gold for the Lord Dominic's and there is no objective, you should go bot. But there is a difference if you're like, oh, okay, I need 150 gold, 250 gold maybe. I'm gonna go bot, get it in very fast, in the next 30 seconds I get it, I recall, I go mid, they can't fight. Compared to, okay, I'm gonna get 1k gold in the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna get it and they won't fight. Really? You think they're not gonna fight? It's a bit greedy because they shouldn't fight, I agree with you. But then what they should be doing compared to what they do, 2 different things. So your overextension here to go bot would be only good if you need just a little bit more gold. anything less than 250, I would say. But for more, like now I need 950. At any time, Ari can engage mid right now. And you can say, okay, but she's alone. True. Anytime right now, anyone can get engaged. And you can't move mid now. You're stuck with this play. Because you have a lot of gold. And even now, they can get engaged. Look at mid, look at mid. They can get engaged anytime. And the poor Nami also tried to play with you. Look at mid lane. And we're lucky because they have Vladimir and Senna. Like, what is the engage? Okay, Gragas, but we have Ari. So here you almost lost the game here. This was a big thing. If you know you're not gonna get any huge extra item in a very short period of time by overextending for 900 gold or like 600 gold or 500 gold, it's too long. It's too long in the future to rely yourself on that. That's the only problem. Okay, so this is what I really wanted to show you, because this one definitely gonna hold you back a lot of games. Good. What do you think? Should we play a live? Should we do a VOD? What do you think?
You can do a live. I have like other VODs, but I feel like they're kind of similar.
Perfect. Perfect. So maybe we can do a live and then we can do a VOD for that live.
That sounds good.
Perfect. Perfect. In the meantime, I'm gonna just watch your gameplay so I can finish this game. I really wanna watch how we play. And then you can go in queue and try to share screen. You wanna play something specific, or?
Not really. I definitely feel, I think, the most comfortable in this patch with the Philios. But I like Jin. Jinx. I like Xayah. I like Lucian if it's a good support matchup or a good support.
Okay.
The past few days, I've definitely been trying to play a bunch of different stuff to just kind of get a feel for it, especially since I figured like we do the coaching and I kind of see what some of my issues are, and then maybe like talk about champ pools stuff. Like I think Varus's, this was so bad. I knew as I was doing it, it was bad. I like baited with my hourglass and then my whole team got killed.
For those of you who are struggling winning and climbing in solo queue but are serious about getting better, I also do coaching for players that want to improve and get their gameplay to the next level. Coaching can't make you better if you just play normals and ARAMs and don't like playing ranked, or you don't care about improving, you just play for fun, or let's say you just play the game for like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours per week, and that's about it. Coaching doesn't help you. Coaching can help you if you feel hard stuck, if you struggle carrying games, if you want to stop wasting time auto-piloting and not learning anything, if you run into a circle for a long time, if you want to find out the mistakes that hold you back, or simply maybe you have problems with the wave management, maybe you feel lost throughout the mid game, maybe you struggle with the decision making, macro, and you just want to learn how to do it properly from a professional coach. Or let's say you have difficulties checking the enemy jungle and you die a lot to ganks, or simply maybe you just want to learn how to carry 1 versus 9 so you can actually climb and stop really wasting time. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and book your own coaching now and start improving instantly. I'll see you in the session.